That's done.
And that's Dash.
And we're rolling bones.
So today we're going to talk about Blood Bowl.
We'll get started. So some of the things that you need for Blood Bowl are not first, but you do need the dice for Blood Bowl. You can use 6-sided dice and translate things into it, and a 16-sided and a 8-sided. But the Blood Bowl dice make a difference.
Yeah,
it's easier.
They're easier to use, and there are some options for 3D printing some of these dice that I found. I haven't found a 16-sided die. It's not to say that it doesn't exist, but the dice I have found are copies of the Blood Bowl 6-sided dice that have the symbols on them.
Yeah.
So you can always do that if you want other options. Really, going and buying the dice isn't too bad. There are certain things, and that's what we're covering right now, that you do want to buy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So dice are something that you'll need for the game. You will need some way to determine your kickoff and your deviations and your bounces and stuff. But again, you can, if you don't have this, you can do it on your own and figure it out. It's just
right. I've done two things. Well, I haven't done both of these things. One thing that I have done is I actually painted this onto a homemade pitch, which we'll talk about you needing one of those. The other option that I've seen is you can 3D print these as well. I have seen files for that. I haven't 3D printed those though.
Yeah. So, but it's just a 8-point directional star.
Really pretty simple.
And it just simple. And then there is the other template, which again is just a 3-directional 6-sided, or 3 actually sided. 3 directions. You can use a 6-sided die.
Once you understand how it works, you can just determine how.
Yeah, you really don't need it.
Yeah, how to make it work. So.
And then coin of some sort, just for the coin toss or whatever. You could even roll off for it. It doesn't have to be done that way.
And the coins are also useful for moving along your dugout. You've got these tracks here, and you'd use the coins or other tokens to determine position on here. So you've got here on the bottom the rerolls, team rerolls. Then you've got the turn sequence here, and it goes all the way to 8 turns per half for the game. And then up here you've got the score.
And again, you don't need coins or these markers. You can use anything you want for that. You can use dice, whatever. Mm-hmm. But then one of the things that you will need.
You want to show it up here?
Yeah. You'll need a pitch. And again, the pitch is pretty specific. You can make your own pitch. We both made pitches. Mm-hmm. But they're not measured normal. It's not an imperial measurement, and it's not a metric measurement as near as if I remember right when I made mine.
Yeah, I think I looked it up. However they determined the size of these squares, it was homemade.
Yeah. I mean, mostly it's to fit a 32 millimeter base, and that's comfortably, and that's really the size of the pitch, and I'm sure that's why they came up with it. Mm-hmm. But you can make your own pitch. You can come up with that too. But there are plenty of pitches out there to buy, whether they're directly from GW or third party. There are plenty there. Both of us made ours. His was foam, mm-hmm. and
it was 2 pieces that you put together. The half line. What is that?
Line of scrimmage.
The line of scrimmage, yeah, is where they would meet, and you could either take a printed pitch and lay that over the top, or just play it the way I made it. Either way was good.
And I have mine's in a wood case, just made out of plywood, and then I used the tile spacers as my to divide the squares up, and then I flocked over the top of it. Well, I put some sand and stuff over the top of it, painted that, then I flocked it and tried to make it patchy so that it looks like it's a well-used field. Then the other thing you're going to need is some players. And again, if you've watched any of our videos, you see that we have some that are the actual GW ones that look pretty good. And then we've got others that are our own homebrew out of, I mean...
Still GW, right?
These ones are still GW. Not all of mine are GW, but you know, whatever you want. There's plenty of third-party stuff out there. Kit bash your own. Whatever you want to do. 3D print your stuff. Like, plenty of options for players. So, one of the other things is this.
I have found a file for this, a 3D printing file. I don't know if I trust it, because this thing you actually want to be pretty precise.
Yeah. I believe the book shows like how many squares out different things are.
It does. So you don't absolutely need this tool. It's just helpful.
It's very helpful. You can get by without having to buy everything, but you do need the book. I would say that is probably the most important thing to have is the book. It has all the skills in it, things like that. If you already know how to play Blood Bowl, you can probably get around not owning the book yourself, but difficult.
So here's my order on how to get a lot of these tools the best ways. Number 1, pick up the box set.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So that's the
Blood
best.
Bowl second season. It's the best deal.
It is. 2 teams, all of the tokens and coins you need. You get all the bases.
You get the pitch, the dugouts. You actually get a handy cheat sheet, which makes playing the game much better.
The book comes in the box as well.
Yeah.
Nice hardcover with, I mean, this is a pretty high quality book.
Two sets of dice.
Yes, 2 sets of dice. Decals for your
Decals
players.
for your team. Balls for your teams. Really, everything except for glue.
Yeah.
That you need to play the game.
But they're snap fit.
They are snap fit. That's true. That's true.
So you don't even need glue.
Just clippers or something to cut them out of this brew.
This box set is really made for the beginner, and even though I'm not a beginner, I still wanted the box set. There's a lot in it. Oh, the
colors.
Star players.
Oh, it has 2 big guys and 2 star players.
Yeah. So
they come in.
you get
and 2 refs,
which
don't really play into the game, but it's fun.
But they're still
anyway.
fun models to have.
And then each team is a different color plastic, so you can even get away without having to deal with painting it or anything like that.
But going down my list for ways to accomplish buying the rules, next would be to buy a hard copy some way, somehow. I think GW sells just the hard copy.
They do.
If you're really on a budget and you own, I prefer something like a tablet. You can buy the digital version of the rule book.
Those are the ways
Basic
to get
tools.
the basic ways to get your rules, the basic ways to get things done, and to get the game. There's plenty of other ways out there that we can't cover everything. Those are just the most traditional ways to get things done.
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
Yep.